to Thursday Live with myself and Azra. So the forecasted rain has not arrived yet. That's not to say it's not going to arrive, but it isn't here yet. So I'm hoping to be able to get round on our normal walk without too much getting soaked. That's the plan. Whether it will happen or not, your guess is as good as mine. So, how is everyone today? How was yesterday? What's everyone's plans for today? By now, if you've been with the channel, you'll know this is the final live stroll for a few weeks with Azra. Herself and Ralph are going into the dog sitters around lunchtime today, as we are travelling down to Southampton later on, ready for our 2-week cruise starting tomorrow. So, do you know what? Obviously I'm excited to be going, but I think until we actually physically get down there, knowing what the weather's supposed to be like today, I can't really get that excited. In fact, my stomach has absolutely been churning since yesterday. Whether it's nervous excitement or just nerves, I don't know, but wow, my stomach has been in knots. Anyway, enough about that. As it stands at the minute, it's quite cloudy. Bit of drizzle in the air, nothing serious. 15 degrees, not a bad temperature. And as I say, excited but nervous energy. I think that's where I'm going to leave that. So, what's everybody else's plans for today, tomorrow, the weekend? Are you going off on holiday? Where are you watching from? All the normal questions that we'd like to ask in the morning, get the administration out of the way early on. Yesterday was a strange old day, as I say, because, as I say, I was at work, but I was feeling quite rough, if I'm honest with you. Still not feeling great now, but I do, hopefully, put it down to the fact of just getting a little bit tense about, obviously, the drive down with the weather as is forecast and what have you. So, we'll see how it goes. I mean, it's just tummy pains, isn't it? They'll pass. Once we're on the ship and we get going, you can relax then, can't you? Even when I get down there later on, I'll probably be more relaxed, because clearly we're most of the way there, where we're staying in the hotel overnight. So, yeah, got to do a few errands this morning before I sort these two out and get them into the sitters later. And then, as I say, the afternoon, we'll wait for Julia to get home, because she is working today. And then we will pretty much be ready when she does get home. And then we'll go and pick Mum up, get her cases in the car, and then we will be off ski. So it's, yeah, this afternoon will obviously accelerate quite quickly, which is obviously good. And yeah, we'll go from there. So I will be doing a travel day vlog, but it will be obviously a 2-parter, because obviously clearly travel day is split over 2 days. Come on, Azra. You'll see these two going into the sitters. You know, sometimes this is what people forget on travel days. You know, the other little bits and pieces people have to do. So yeah, bring you along for the journey. Some of it might interest you, some of it might not. And then the next live after this will be when we set sail tomorrow. And again, I've put a loose time in of 4:30. That could be earlier, it could be later. So do hit the like, subscribe and the bell, because then you'll know exactly when we are live. But for now, just on the normal walk that we do. Make sure she gets a bit of exercise. They're very lucky where they go to the sitters. They've got a massive sort of garden, or sort of extended garden, as it were, where they're allowed to sort of run around and in a secure situation. So they do get loads of exercise, and they love going there. If you do watch the vlog later, I think they love going there more than they are at home. As soon as we say to them where we're going, they'll just go nuts. I think they sort of know already, because Julie's prepared the food and the bags that normally go there. All I've got to do, I think, is just get their beds, and then we'll be ready to go. So all very easy for me and James to sort out later. James is going with Mum in a few hours and to have their hair done. Obviously I had mine done at the weekend. Another parcel arrived yesterday with another pair of shoes for Julia. How many pairs of shoes do people need? And she'll probably say to me, well, you've got loads of trainers, but not as many as you, wifey. Getting a few highs this morning. Hi to you. Do make sure you do like and subscribe. Right, Azra is just doing her business, so I'm going to rest you up against this wall, and you can look out over the car park. That won't. You stink, Azra. Right, sorry about that. Come on, miss, let's go. Sorry about that, guys. Hopefully that's her done for this morning, from that point of view. As I said earlier, I don't know if anyone's got pets, but do they ever go into the sitters, or do you get people family or friends to look after them? But when these two go into the sitters, I say these two because I'm talking about Ralph, who's at home, but when they go into the sitters, they love it, and I mean love it. It's like a little holiday for them. And I'm sure they get treated, because they always, Azra especially, comes back a bit overweight. Now, I will reiterate to him, or them, please don't overfeed them. But whether I'll get listened to, your guess is as good as mine. 1 minute, guys. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine as to whether we'll be listened to. To be fair, that's where the sun's going to be rising, down there. The last few times they've been a lot better, because the vet obviously said to us Azra needed to lose a bit of weight, and we obviously said that, come on. Yeah, the vet said she needed to lose a little weight. This is going back a little while ago, this isn't recent, but obviously all these long strolls that we do helps her weight, helps my weight as well. But yeah, you don't want it all being undone in 2 weeks worth of treats and chaos, do you? So yeah, I will do my best to tell them to not overfeed them. And then I think, yes, everyone's looking at you. I think we're scheduled to pick them up at 7 o'clock on the Friday we come back. So that gives us loads of time to get back. I think James has got to go to the doctor's that afternoon as well. He's got a clicky knee, and also just want to make sure that's all right. And then that's by that time the holiday will be over. And then get the weekend to recover, get the boring stuff done like the washing, and then it'll be back to work. And it's just like, where's that 2 and a bit weeks gone, eh? It'll be great once we're on board. Can't wait. As I say, it's just nervous excitement in the meantime. We'll wait and see what happens with this weather. Can't control it. You can't do much about it, so you just got to deal with it when it happens. So, but it is supposed to be particularly bad. They sort of put out weather warnings for sort of heavy rain and thunder later. And again, if it was local driving, I wouldn't care less. It's just because you're dealing with, if not the busiest motorway in the world, one of them, in the M25, and then obviously the M3. We will be stopping, I think, at one of the services on the M3 to get something to eat. Come on, Azra. Come on, good girl. Thanks for that like, guys, appreciate it. Thanks for the comments. Yeah, she's a good dog. A little bit of a nutter at times. Thank you for the new subscriber. Do appreciate that. Yeah, we do this walk every morning. As I say, this is the last one for a while, for the reasons I've been explaining about going off on the cruise later on. But there will be some lives from the different places we go to and on the ship as well. There is a dog over there, which is what she's looking at. I'm sort of hoping we can get ahead of that. Come on, let's go. As much as we can. I think they're going the other way anyway, which is a result. Come on, Azra. You're not going over there, are you? I know they probably wants to come over and see you. Come on, Azra. Azra! Stop it. Come on. You're a nut-nut, aren't you? You're a nut-nut. You're a nut-nut. See, that other dog wasn't bothered by you, was it? I think it probably had the same thing. It wanted to come over and say hi. But not this time of the morning. So if you have been with us before, you will know Azra's story. If you haven't been with us before, she's a rescue dog. Come on, Azra. Dog's gone now. Come on. If you haven't been with us before, Azra. She is a rescue dog from North Macedonia. She was found in a cardboard box at the side of the motorway. We got her through a dog rescue scheme. She was brought back up to health, pet passport, all the necessary paperwork and brought across. But it was almost, obviously not quite on the same level, but the process of how adoption works is similar with these dogs. They sort of come to your house to make sure you're a suitable fit, make sure your garden is all right, see who else is in the house, kids, other animals, all that sort of stuff. And they match the animals to the family or the individual, whichever it is. And they work very hard because it's clearly will cost them more to put home an animal in the wrong place. Now, obviously from the very outset we explained, obviously there's an older cat in the house, an older dog in the house, in Ralph, Obviously at the time James was 10, 9, 10 when we got her. Can't quite remember. It would have been in May, so he would have been 10, I think. You know, all these things are factors with dogs that obviously have had a bit of a rubbish start. Thanks for the like, appreciate it. And it all needs to be taken into consideration. So if you ever are looking at sort of, you know, taking in a rescue animal, do make sure that all these things are taken into consideration. I know maybe not all rescue schemes will go to the lengths that the one that we got Azra through did, but just remember that not all dogs are compatible with you, and you are not always compatible with all dogs and the situation. And that's all I will say, is just remember that, you know, a dog is for life and not Christmas. It's the old slogan, isn't it? But it rings true, you know. So, you know, we were very, very fortunate that sort of we were sent pictures of Azra as a puppy and sort of fell in love. But more importantly, we didn't get any of that until they sort of, you know, worked out, you know, how Azra was going to be. I mean, she was quite young when we got her, so, you know, it's not like she'd got set in her ways like an older dog perhaps would have. But we still lost out on the first sort of 6 months of sort of training and all that sort of stuff. And it was difficult the first, come on Azra, the first, you know, few weeks, especially sort of integrating her with Ralph especially, and the cat to a lesser degree, because the cat just punched her. But they were sort of very much squabbly for the first week. But after that, never looked back. And I think it's just that dominant status, isn't it? With animals, you know, they all want to be the head of the pack. Come on, Azra. They all want to be head of the pack, don't they? And as Azra and Ralph both know, Minnie, who is the old cat, is the boss. And when she's had enough, they know about it. You usually hear a little yelp where she's boffed them on the nose or something. So it's quite funny. She's clearly, well, she's not actually the smallest, because Ralph's the smallest, but, you know, she's not much bigger than Ralph, and quite clearly a lot smaller than Azra, but she gives as good as she gets when she needs to, which is quite funny. So, yeah, it's a little bit about Azra, and obviously the process that we had to go through, you know, with the rescue. If you have been with me before, you will know that we are coming up to the halfway mark of the walk, depending on numbers. You know, we'll see where we are sort of at the allotment, and when we get to Azra's horsey friends. The numbers have been okay this morning, viewing wise. Again, I always say middle of the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday is always a bit of a funny one. Mondays and Fridays and the weekends are clearly the best days. Midweek is always a little bit hit and miss, really. But yeah, we've had a few people watching this morning. Thank goodness these stinging nettles. I'm not going to have to negotiate these for the next few weeks. I'm hoping when I come back they've been cut back. I should really take a picture and send it to the parish council, because unless you tell them, they don't seem to do anything about it. Right, come on, keep going. Right, so as I said yesterday, this road up here is the A10, which takes you basically from London all the way, off and on, all the way up to, can't remember where, it's up to Norfolk. I can't think for a minute where it is. I want to say sort of almost Hunstanton way, but it's a bit before that, and I can't even think. Is it Kings Lynn? Can't remember. Someone, if anyone knows that route, put it in the comments, but I think it's Kings Lynn. I can't. I'm trying to say your name, and I don't want to be rude. So, good morning to you, and how are you? We are all good, Azra and me. As I say, this is going to be our last stroll for a few weeks, due to going on holiday later on. So, making the most of this one. It looks like we're going to have a lovely sunrise in a bit as well. We're a little bit later this morning, only a bit, but it looks like it's going to be a lovely sunrise when we get to the clearing. So, hold on tight for that. Thank you for the like. Do appreciate that. Do make sure you are hitting the like and subscribe, and also the bell, so you know when we're on again. I say the next time scheduled for a live is tomorrow when we set sail on Britannia, Pinot's Britannia. 10 years old this year. She had a 10-year cruise earlier on this year around the British Isles. And she had a a refurb last year, so hopefully she should still be looking spick and span and shiny. Thank you for the like, appreciate that. Come on, Azra. You can just see it through the trees there, can't you? This is the sunrise. Come on. You'll see it far better in a bit, guys. If you are just joining up, welcome. Do make sure you like and subscribe. Does mean a lot to the channel. The channel has just been growing hugely. I think I was looking at the stats, and for a little channel like mine, I think in the last 28 days, we've had about 85 new subscribers. And that is huge. My maths is terrible, but what's that? Is that very quick maths? Is that sort of 3 or 4 a day? Might even be more than that. No, it's not. It'll be 3 or 4. Without a calculator, I can't work it out quickly. But whatever it is, thank you to everyone who's sort of supporting the channel, because it does mean a lot. And we're growing the channel together. I'm finding out what people like, what they don't like, and all that sort of thing. The demographic as well, UK being clearly the biggest, then after that America being the second biggest. Now obviously clearly the population of America is far greater than it is here, but it's they say if you can make it in America, you can make it anywhere. Is that not what they say? So I'm doing something right, guys. Thank you for the like, do appreciate that. I can't read all these comments that are coming through, but hi, is it Jace? Hi to Jace. Do make sure we're liking and subscribing. The numbers have just jumped hugely, so thanks to everyone that's tuning in. Do make sure you like and subscribe. You are going to see the most amazing sunrise if you give me about 15 seconds, guys, because it is blasting through there this morning. But you'll see it a lot better in a minute. There we go, look at that. Need to have a camera ready, don't I? Stunning, there's going to be some stunning ones when we're on the cruise. Beautiful. Right, come on, good girl. You don't care, do you, about sunrises? It's quite extraordinary. Look that way, very dull and boring. And then you can't see it now because we've got a bush here. But in a minute, when I get to these allotments, in about a minute or so, I will show you again the sunrise. But it must be raining over there, guys, because that looks like a little rainbow over there, just over the back there. Only a little one. Right, come on, let's go. And they are forecasting rain today, and it's imminent. They said, whilst I was on this walk, there was a 75% chance of shower. So I'm hoping we don't. Lots of people commenting. Thank you very much for that. Do make sure you're hitting that like and subscribe. It does really mean a lot. And I'm hoping I'm not going to be clouded out with the sunrise. It's just a bit too low, but you can just see down there, it blasting through the trees there. Yeah, just a bit too low still. what's it, 5:30, another half an hour, that'd be amazing. If I'm still on, and I might stay on to near the end of the walk today, because normally I come off just to have a little bit of a breather, but I might stay on as it's the last one for a few weeks. So you'll see it when we get to the end of this road and we sort of go around the corner. If you were with me when we crossed over the road from the car park, I'm hoping to be able to look back up the road and see how the sun is coming up. So bear with it, guys. I know you'll be anticipating it massively. Just give it another 10 minutes or so, if you can stick with it whilst you're getting ready for whatever you're doing today. I'm hoping you won't be disappointed. So we're coming up now to Azra's horsey friends. Come on. I never know where they're going to be, whether they're going to be close. I can't even see them over the hedge this morning. Being vertically challenged that I am, you can't really see over tall bushes. But that usually means if they're not... there's one right here. And the other two are here. Now, Azra probably won't see the one round the corner. She might, but she's probably going to prove me a liar now. But she always has a look for the horses. She's having a sniff at the minute. Azra, where's your mates? Azra, where's your friends? You're not even bothering today, no? As I say, you call me a liar, won't you? If they were right here, she'd be loving it. So there's the other one, just there. Right, so this now will take us back down towards the high street. Now usually, you guys never get as far as that, because I normally come off before, as I said, just a bit of a breather. But we'll stay on today. So we can hopefully enjoy the sunrise together. Thanks again for the like. As I say, over the next few weeks, guys, there's going to be loads of content. We are going to Cadiz, Mallorca, Sardinia, Ibiza, Cartagena and Gibraltar. So 6 ports in 14 days. I will be going live at every one of them. And also on the sea days, I'll be doing some lives, plenty of vlogs as well. So combined, hopefully you'll get a real taster of what it's like to do these cruises. How much I'll be able to do at different times, it will just depend, but I fully intend on doing as much as I can. For memories for us, but also so you can come along and see exactly what cruising is all about if you've not done it before. Maybe you'll get the buzz. I will recommend it. I mean, people always say, being stuck on a boat for 2 weeks, but you're not actually stuck on a boat for 6 weeks, for 2 weeks, because obviously you're going to different places, and that's the thing, the appeal for us. You go to a different place pretty much every other day, and in some cases, towards the end of the cruise, 3 places in 3 days. With Ibiza, Cartagena and Gibraltar. We've got trips booked in 3 of the 6 ports. We've got a train ride in Mallorca, train ride in Cartagena, and we're going to the top of the rock in Gibraltar, where we are going to see the monkeys apparently. So that is going to be interesting, because they are wild monkeys in Gibraltar, those that know. And there are lots of little rules and regulation, but I think the general gist is cover up, because they can be quite lively. There's the bunnies. So, as I say, another 5 minutes or so, maybe slightly longer, 5 to 8 minutes, we'll say. We'll look at what the clock is now, on half an hour. So I reckon by 35 to 38, we'll be able to see the sunrise together in the clearing. And then that'll probably be time on this live stroll around there. And as I say, hopefully you'll be able to join us for the live departing of P&O's Britannia tomorrow afternoon at some stage. The weather tomorrow, again, is a bit hit and miss, so we'll just have to wait and see whether we do the live from the room off the balcony, because we've got a balcony room, or whether I can get up onto one of the decks for the sail away. And that's the word I was looking for, sail away. It does tend to be quite busy when you leave Southampton, but if the weather's rubbish, I'm not sure it'll be as busy. Having never been on Britannia before, I don't know what the cover is like. I know on Ventura there was quite a lot, but I don't know about Britannia. So all this is going to be learning together, guys, over the next 2 weeks or so. We were doing it for the first time together. All the while, if you weren't with me at the beginning, Azra and Ralph are going to be having the time of their lives. I'll tell you a story about chicken nuggets in a minute. At the dog sitters. So, obviously last night we had to do quite a few jobs after we'd finished work. And I said to Julia, do you know what, we're just not going to have time to have dinner at home. So I said, let's just go to McDonald's. And she agreed. All good. So got McDonald's. Went round to Mum's to do a couple of jobs for her. Anyway, first bite of the chicken nugget, I thought, this is hot. And I don't mean hot as in temperature, I mean hot as in spicy. Now, you may or may not know, guys, at the minute, they are doing spicy chicken nuggets. Now, I didn't damn well ask for spicy chicken nuggets. I don't like spicy things, really, not that hot. And Julia even had one, and even she said, wow. You know, and I ate 7 of them. I tell you, my nose was running, my eyes were running. I didn't enjoy it one bit, but I'm not going to waste the nuggets. So I had to make use of my strawberry milkshake. Good morning to Gray. Do like and subscribe if you are just joining up. If you are just joining up, probably going to be on now for another 5 minutes or so. I'm just trying to catch a nice sunrise, which we'll see pretty soon, I hope. I've usually come off by now. Azra starts flagging a bit here as well, although she won't if she sees another dog or something. But come on, let's go. But yeah, she starts flagging around here. She gets to that point where she just looks forward to getting home. And the normal place, and that I always miss it, is she ninjas her way upstairs and goes and sits with Julia. Ralph has already gone up there, and I'm downstairs by myself. Par for the course. Just a dog walker, me. Just a dog walker. Right. Come on. So, guys, give it 2 minutes, because we will hopefully not be disappointed. There are pigeons here, which she's probably going to get excited about. So that's going back to where we were, walking across the road to the car park round that corner. And this is sort of going out of the village. If you've been with me with vlogs before, when I've done the walk around, you'll have seen this all before. But I don't often stay live this long for the reasons I said earlier on. And I'm hoping, with my fingers crossed, that the clouds haven't come across and wiped out what sunrise we're going to have. Because I'm looking at it, and it's not normal. It's not the normal glow that we had about 5 minutes ago when we were over the fields. So keep our fingers crossed, because you've all been iron men and iron women, those that have stayed with me. As I said yesterday, I need to look at a virtual reward for that, don't I, really? Come on, come on, come on. I'm quite hoping we don't get any vehicles coming the other way, because we are quite close to the road here. And if you've seen her before with bigger vehicles especially, she's a handful. Right. Well, we might be lucky. We'll know in about 30 seconds to a minute, guys. I wasn't far out. Well, no, I was almost perfect with my timings, actually. I said, bear with it, 5 to 8 minutes. And it's coming up 6. So we're doing all right. That's handy, going the other way. That's good. Right. Now, when we get to this corner, it is looking actually all right. I think I can sort of semi-see it. Are we going to be disappointed or not? If I could do a drum roll now, I'd do a drum roll, but I can't, so I'm not. Let's carry on so we actually get it, because if I went up there, you wouldn't see it all. But here we go. Beaming around the corner. I mean, that is actually quite blinding. It doesn't look like that on the camera, guys, I'm sure. But for me to be looking into it, it's quite blinding. Come on, Azra. Let's go. Beautiful. Right, guys, as promised, that is going to disappear behind the tree in a moment, as you can see. So we're going to sign off. Thanks for all your support over the last sort of month or so since we've been doing these lives. The lives will continue once we're back from holiday. But more importantly, look out for the lives over the next few weeks, because they're going to be coming out. Do hit the like and subscribe. Hit the bell button, because then you know when we're live. And we will catch up soon, guys. Take care.